Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Public Policy Talks. We got a lot going on behind the scenes. We have a guest speaker in here today, Mr. John Templeton, the founder of the National Black Business Week month. I call it a year, John. We're gonna call it a year today. Y'all with us. So thanks for being in with us, John. We'll be coming to you momentarily. But everyone, welcome to another Public Policy Talks today, 3/5/2026. This is another Public Policy Talks coming at you. So we throwing some things at you today. So we have, uh, let's see, where do I'm looking down the list. We're waiting on hopefully Rodney West, the Greater Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce, can come on in just a moment. She has a report to make of what's going down in the city of Augusta, Richmond County. So it's a lot going on down today. Ronique is heavily involved as president of the Greater Augusta Black Chamber, and I'm on the board of directors. So we just had a brief conversation this morning. So hopefully she can chime in. She is headed downtown to the government building. Government building. So, but Public Policy Talks is here to get you more engaged in the public policy process, to educate you about engaging in the public policy process. But just before we get in, please donate to Advancing Black Businesses. We have many things that are going on for my DC fly-in. We'll be talking about that very soon. Just to throw out some dates, September the 16th through the 20th. The date is already set this year for the Congressional Black Caucus Annual Legislative Conference, September the 16th through the 20th. So we're making plans, of course, to go back again with our DC fly-in during that week. We have also expanded that week for us. We will be on the campus of Howard University. I know we'll be there on that Monday and Tuesday. We're putting on a conference partnering with the School of Social Work. So that should work out. So I want to just mention that. So many of us will be up the entire week. The conference starts on the 16th. So our DC fly-in will generally be that Thursday through that Saturday night, or really coming back on Sunday. So get ready for information coming out within the next probably 2 to 3 weeks, September 16th through the 20th, the Congressional Black Caucus Annual Legislative Conference. We also have on April the 11th, the ABC Gala. Raquel or Shirley, if y'all could put that in the chat, the ABC Gala. Tickets are going fast. Do not wait any longer to get your ticket. We're close to selling out, everyone. So you want to go ahead and get that ticket as soon as you can if you haven't gotten that ticket yet. The Small Business Set Aside Act. We have until tomorrow to get that on the floor for a vote. And we are pushing it, y'all. We're struggling. A lot of things are going on behind the scenes, everyone. Some things that we cannot control that could prevent us from moving forward. But we're trying to push through those issues now. I just talked to our legislative consultant, Deanna Harris, about to get an update of what's going on with House Bill 863. That's the Small Business Set Aside Act. But I have Rodney West on. Rodney is here. Ronique, the president of the Greater Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce. We had a quick conversation. She emailed me a statement, and she wanted to inform you what is going on in the city of Augusta, Richmond County. A lot going on down, Ronique. What's going on?
Good good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Thursday. So I'm getting ready to go actually down to our commission chambers here this morning because we have what's been happening here in Augusta, Georgia, and I wanted to make sure that everybody's aware so you can watch for whatever local jurisdiction that you are in. We've had a charter review committee that has been running here for about a year or so, and so they've been rewriting our city's charter, and they were really focused on the administrative portion of that, meaning our mayor's administrative duties and our city manager's administrative duties, and some other things, and just updating the charter because it hadn't been updated in maybe over 20 years. What we found out here just this weekend that they have decided to rewrite the protective class That is something that we have absolutely sent a letter to our commissioners here in the city and the Charter Review Committee. We also have referenced the our disparity study here in Augusta, which shows every area is underutilized when it comes to women, race, doesn't matter. But this also protects employment. So not only does it impact our business owners, but it also impacts our employment class and any discrimination. So they have changed that ordinance. I don't know if I can share my screen so that
Yes, you
you can
can.
see.
And Raquel or Shirley, can you make it to where I, let's see here.
Okay, I see it now.
Got it.
Okay, hopefully you guys can see my screen here. Can you guys see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, awesome. And I don't know, did I need to make it bigger or is it big enough?
I can see it. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, good. Just want to
Hmm.
make sure you guys can see it okay. So what we have done here at the organization, we have sent that letter not only to our commissioners and our committee, but also to our members. So we have called all our members out to in our community to come out today at 10 a.m. to the committee review, which is what they're trying to do is pass it today for crossover day, okay, to get it to the
Hmm.
state house. So that is why they're pushing this through so quickly and was hoping, honestly, that we wouldn't catch it. So it was put up on the last meeting here in February. This is the next meeting for that committee, and they're looking to pass this today. But I'm showing you here the current charter, which was here, which showed all the pretty much, if you see here, it says the commission shall afford equal opportunities for employment and promotions to all persons regardless of race, sex, religion, gender, creed, and color in national organization. And it has specific things about African Americans, women, small business, and providing goods and services to the city. The current rewrite that I've seen latest went to where it just says for pretty much all citizens. Um, and it just says the consolidation government shall encourage the meaningful involvement in all operations for all citizens of Augusta, Georgia, in accordance with the federal and state equal opportunity guidelines and procedures. This commission shall afford equal opportunities for employment and promotions to all persons and businesses. Also in our old charter, we had a actual LSBOP program and a minority small business set aside in our current charter, and we have a department that handles that. But as you can clearly see in the current rewritten, there is nothing about any of that. There's nothing about the department any longer or any of that nature. So if you guys don't know what a city charter is, that is what your city operates in. So if you work on a nonprofit board or anything, this is kind of like the bylaws for the city. So if they remove that, then we don't know what will happen to the department. We don't know what will happen in that program. If you don't know, Augusta is one of the blackest cities in Georgia. We're in the top 10 of black-owned businesses in the state of Georgia. We have over 200 punch members in our organization, and we've trained at least over 1,500 business owners in this area, and 98% of those business owners are black. And the city itself is 56% black. So this is a very significant change. And so I will be going to speak on it today, but I wanted to encourage you guys, and I called Marquis this morning to make sure you are watching for any legislative change on a local level, because this federal is definitely going to be making their changes and so forth. And so I'm telling my community here that it's going to come down to what the local and state is doing until the federal can kind of get its act together. So Marquis, that's my update
Mhm.
for the morning.
All right. Ronnie, thank you so much for giving me a call this morning. We wanted to let everybody know what's going on in the city of Augusta, Richmond County. They have officially taken that language out about us as African Americans, about minorities and so forth, because you see right there, they have a proposed draft. And I guess, is that draft already passed, Ronnie, or
It today is when they're looking to pass it to try to get it to crossover.
okay?
So that's why we will be going to the commission meeting today.
That's right. All right. So they're going down fighting for the black people, the black businesses in the
And
Augusta
women.
area, and women. Yes, yes, and women. So that language is, they're looking to remove the language. We know when the language is removed, because Rodney, I did see that disparity study. So are they meeting their goals as far as that?
No, nothing
Right.
from the disparity study has been implemented. We are not meeting our goals. it happened. We paid a lot of money to a firm in Atlanta to run that disparity study,
Mm-hmm.
and they recommended that we actually get a diversity officer, that
Mm-hmm.
we start doing more engagement in our community regarding the opportunities for business owners and so forth. But none of that has been implemented.
Okay, everyone, this is going on all over the nation. We've talked about it right here in the city of Atlanta. And at the airport, we've shown that article. We know that our mayor here has pushed back against taking away the programs that we benefit from. Because when you take away that language, like Ronique is talking about, we don't know what has happened. But I know what has happened in the past, Ronnie. The numbers have went down, and they're not meeting the numbers or the numbers that they're supposed to hit anyway due to that disparity study. So, what's going to happen if they remove the language? Those numbers will probably go down if we look at what has happened in the past. But Ronnie, thank you so much for
Thank
giving me a
you.
call. I really appreciate it. Let us know what we can do to help support you and turn some things. Go down there and turn some tables over if you have to in that meeting. So hey, let's get something done. But thank you, Rodney West, Greater
Okay.
Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce President and CEO and co-founder. Talk to you soon, Rodney. Thanks
Okay.
a lot.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on and let me give you guys an update this morning. Everybody have a great Thursday. Talk to you guys later.
All right, see ya.
See you.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard it from Rodney West, Greater Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce. Now we're going on the national front, everyone. We have John Templeton, the founder of the National Black Business Month year. We said it was going to be a year, John. This is the National Black Business Year right here. So tell us what's
Millennium.
going on. Millennium. Uh-oh, I like that too. I like that too. Tell us what's going on, John. I know you're in that Pacific Coast time. It's early out there in California, but talk to us.
Well, it's directly pertinent. I'm glad she came on before us because today is Black American Day. And so that whole language is based on history. And if we don't know our history, then they're able to slide stuff like that by us. So I just put my column in the chat uh, about today being the anniversary of Crispus Attucks, who
Hmm.
was the first person to die for this country on March 5th, 1770. And
Hmm.
so that's important because these policy discussions always come down to who belongs and who was here first, right?
All right.
And we have been excluded because of the effort to deny our history. And so the column talks about one of the abolitionist leaders who went to great lengths to make sure that everybody knew that the first person who died in the Boston Massacre was a black man who had gained his freedom from slavery. And so when people say, well, we don't want to talk about slavery, well, an escaped slave started the country. So that's how far back we go. And so we encourage people to learn about that and also observe that. But we're also starting our 16th National Black Food Month
Yeah.
today. We've traditionally done it between the CIAA tournament and Easter. And so this year it kind of lines up that we've got a month between Black American Day and Easter. And when we first started National Black Business Month in 2004, the thing that people really gravitated to was the fact that I ate at three different Black restaurants every day for 31 days. And so I've been able to do that for 22 years and I haven't gained any weight, so it's good for your health.
Mhm.
Uh, and so back in 2010, it got so big that we spun it off and created National Black Food Month. And we
Okay.
also have a book called Say Grace and Wipe Your Hands, Black Restaurant Net's Guide to America's Black Restaurants. So uh, for the most part, most of the restaurants are places I've eaten at.
Hmm.
And then we update it every year to make sure the places are open and have the websites. And this is why it's important to get our guide, because one of the things that's actually been hurting Black restaurants has been these delivery services. So it's very hard to find the actual website of the restaurant when you search. It'll
Mm-hmm.
usually take you to DoorDash or something else first. So if you go through them, then they're taking 40% out of the
Mm-hmm.
order, right? But
Right.
if you deal directly with the restaurant, then they're able to maintain that very slim profit margin as it is. And we've actually had some of our oldest Black restaurants go out of business because they got recommended on delivery services and everything. It
Mm-hmm.
actually cost them more than they gained, so they got a lot more customers, but it was, they were losing money.
Right.
So what we do in Say Grace and Wipe Your Hands is give you the direct access contact information to the restaurant, so you can make sure all the money goes directly to them. Now, the other reasons it's important is that this is really about us organizing. So we're also working with Live Free USA. Pastor Mike McBride was just in Atlanta in January with Jamal Bryant. They had a State of the Black Church. He had about 800 Black pastors. Uh, and they're doing something called Love Free
Okay.
to encourage people to have Sunday dinner, because people are so exhausted by all the changes that are going on and being under attack all the time that people have been saying they've been tired. So, of course, as Jesse Jackson said a lot of times, I mean, how can you be tired when we had to go through slavery and Jim Crow and all that sort of thing? But uh, be that as it may, that's how people are feeling. So this month is about us reviving and rejuvenating as a form of resistance.
Mm-hmm.
We in order to be effective, the lesson of Black history is that it's really not how loud we've been, but how united we've been and how strategic we've been. And so we need to stop reacting to various things and really focus on the mechanics of what has worked for the last 500 years. And that's why it's important for us to know our history,
Mm-hmm.
uh, through Black American Day. In California, it's a state holiday, so every classroom in the state has to study African American history this day. Uh, but in Boston, where it happened, they just have the resolution to create Black American Day on the agenda this
Mm-hmm.
year
Okay.
after 256 years in the place where it happened. So, so this is really about us organizing for uh, 2026, because as Ronique was telling us, they are trying everything possible. And if you looked at the Tuesday elections, um, Jasmine Crockett lost, and she got, you know, an enormous vote, but there are 3 million African American voters in Texas. So only 25% of the Black voters in Texas voted.
Got it.
So this
Yep.
is an infrastructure problem. And so our response to this unprecedented assault on us is that we have to take this time right now and focus on building the infrastructure of us being able to just keep each other informed.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're doing during National Black Food Month is just getting people in the habit of going to Black restaurants on an ongoing basis. Church has been an important institution, but everybody doesn't go to church these days. So our restaurants, like Pascal's, they fed the civil rights
Mm-hmm.
movement. So we have to
Right.
get back in the habit of going to our Black restaurants as the point where we can get in touch with people. So tomorrow we'll be adding a feature where you can sign up. We want to get 100,000 people signed up because for Saturdays, March 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th, we call it Succulent Saturdays. So we'll be
Okay.
sending out a newsletter every Friday with our recommendations for Succulent Saturdays. We have 2,000 restaurants in 200 locations, 600 spirits businesses. So there's no reason why you can't spend the next month really supporting our African American food businesses. And so, with that, if anybody has any questions, I can entertain those.
All right. Thank you, John. You're definitely very important to support our restaurants. We have many, many restaurants in the city of Atlanta, in the Atlanta
In fact,
metropolitan area.
BBC just did an article about the Atlanta soul food scene
Okay.
last week.
On the BBC. Okay.
Yep.
All right. That is great. Thanks for bringing that great information. I know you touched on many, many different things. One point that we were going to make, and we actually have a poll question or survey about Jasmine Crockett, and you've already delved into those numbers, and 25% of the black of the 3 million people showed up in the state of Texas. Man, that's a
And that was considered a big turnout,
yeah, because I think
historically.
she
And our goal for this year, this is the year we're supposed to reach the promised land, our goal, our 10 plan.
Mhm,
And we have 9 African Americans running for governor,
mhm,
right? Including Georgia,
right,
Georgia, we have 9 states where an African American has a viable chance of being governor, right?
right.
So we have to really build the infrastructure to make that happen. Y'all showed the roadmap in Georgia with, Ossoff and Warnock, and we,
Mhm.
obviously have to get Ossoff back in. Uh, but the more we've done, the more they've gone to the extent of even you know sending an FBI in to grab the ballots and everything. So we got to keep stepping it up a notch just to stay ahead of the backlash. Because if you go to Montgomery and uh, the lynching memorial, the most
Mhm.
common characteristic of the people who got lynched
Mm.
was that they were business owners.
Yeah. Wow.
So we have to understand that, and you just see a couple examples of Pinky Cole and
Hmm.
uh, Uncle Nearest. The more we succeed,
Hmm.
the more they
Right.
come after us.
They do. The more we
You
succeed,
know,
they definitely
so
come
so
after us.
so 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 we have to respond to that by upping our political ability to protect ourselves, but also, I don't know if Ambassador Lottie Thompson is on. We also have to really create uh, these sovereign entities that can align with the African Union and the Caribbean community so that we can deal directly with them. And so our uh, our salvation is not protesting, our salvation is protecting the constitutional
Hmm.
guarantees that we've already earned. And
Gotcha.
and so I say about Crispus Attucks, he gives us a Little Richard moment today. Because when
Hmm.
somebody said, well, black folks ain't this, black folks ain't that, we can say, shut up.
Mm. Wow. Well, John, I thank you for taking us on a history tour and ending on the month that we're talking about, which is the rest. You said, what's the name of this month, John? You mentioned
Okay, it's National Black Food Month.
National Black Food Month, and then when
Yeah.
is
So
National
so
Black
so if you can eat at a black restaurant every day from now to Easter, but specifically on Saturdays, the next 4 Saturdays, make sure you visit a black restaurant.
All right, we got plenty of them here, everyone. Let's do that. All right, John. Any last words? We're going into the let's have a conversation time. It's 9 a.m. Raise your hand
Well,
if you have any
come to
questions, comments.
blackrestaurant.net and we'll keep you posted on that. But also, the other key thing is, we got 600 black spirits makers, including a lot of folks in Georgia who are
Hmm.
making
A
wines and
lot.
bourbons and all kinds of things. So it will be tremendously political for us to shift our alcohol purchases to black-owned businesses.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Sean. I really appreciate you coming on. You're definitely welcome
Okay,
to come
okay.
on anytime. So if you want to stay on, we may have some questions during this let's have a conversation time. We have a lot
I'm fr-
going on behind the
I'm
scenes.
free. I don't have any conflicts this time of morning, so I'll hang around.
All right. Well, appreciate you, John. Thanks a lot. I'm looking forward to seeing you definitely in the month of August, where we're going to have a big celebration for Black businesses, just like we do each and every day. But I do want to
Mhm.
say, I had a great board meeting yesterday at the Welch Center. I know Cicely Welch is on. Thank you so much for hosting us yesterday. Raquel or Shirley, if y'all can put in the chat the link to the Welch Center's website. They have it's a space that you can move your office into. I know Cicely took us up to that third floor, and that is a magnificent looking office. I can see myself in there. But we had a great meeting yesterday, everyone, with our joint board session. So we're going to be making some major announcements within the next 30 days for this organization and the direction this organization is going to continue going in. So
Marquis,
looking forward to that. But thank you, Miss Welch, for hosting us on yesterday. Really appreciate your support of the
Marquis,
ABC. Yes, go ahead, Melvin.
y'all know I'm Zoom challenged. I don't even know how to raise my hand on Zoom. That is a shame. But anyway, man, I just wanted to take a moment to, because anytime I hear from John William Templeton,
Mhm.
it is something to hold in very high value because when he speaks, he is sharing, knowledge in a way and in a form from a source, his mind that, we should not take for granted. I've
Mhm.
said it before, I'll say it again. He is one of the baddest brothers um, that we can have some time with. I mean, he just said something that we should never forget. They lynched business owners. I had
Mhm.
not necessarily thought about that. I've read and seen where, it was, yeah, some of the brothers who were getting lynched, even sisters were, were business owners. But when he said it, that should tell you how important it is for us when we talk about black ownership and control. That's what they
Mhm.
don't want us to have. So thank you, John. It's always a pleasure when you come through, and I just want people to recognize, this brother. He's one of them, and we need to
Mhm.
understand. We blessed to have you, brother. Thank you.
Yes, we are. Thank you, Melvin. Really appreciate that. Those comments on Mr. John Templeton. He is here in the house. He is a national leader and is in the room, everyone, in the room with when those decisions are being made from a national perspective for the Black community. He is in the room and he is speaking up for you. So thank you, John, for your support on that national level. All right, Raquel Hill. We honored Raquel Hill, or the City Council, the City of Atlanta honored Raquel Hill on this past on the second. So Raquel Hill, kudos to you. You have been doing some great work in the City of Atlanta, working closely with the NPUs, working closely with many candidates and more importantly, working closely with the citizens in the city of Atlanta in that Adamsville community. So thank you, Raquel. That was a great honor. I was glad to be there along with many other chamber members and close friends and family was in town. Raquel's mom was here in town. So kudos to you, Raquel, on all the successes and being honored by the city of Atlanta on this past Monday. So thanks a lot for your support of Public Policy Talks and being that great co-host that you are, Raquel. And I know you just sent me a message about the poll. Which poll you want to go to first, Raquel?
Well, coming off the heels of what John was talking about, I say we do the Jasmine Crockett poll first.
Let's do Jasmine Crockett because we had 25% of the black people came out because we were asking your opinion about Jasmine Crockett. But go ahead, Raquel.
Representative Jasmine Crockett, a Democratic congresswoman from Texas, has recently gained national attention for her outspoken comments during congressional hearings and media appearances, sparking debate about tone, authenticity, and effectiveness in modern political discourse. So the question is, how do you view Representative Crockett's communication style in today's political climate? She's refreshing and says what many people are thinking. Her style is effective for advocacy, but sometimes too confrontational. I prefer a more traditional and diplomatic tone from elected officials. I'm still forming my opinion, need more information, or I haven't followed the story. And of course, you're welcome to put any additional comments in the additional comment section.
All right. So John, appreciate you mentioning that about Jasmine Crockett and that turnout. This is part of that because Jasmine Crockett has been speaking out on our behalf and on others' behalf, and she has definitely been outspoken and talking against what's going on with the administration. But to know that it was only a 25% turnout from Black voters in the state of Texas. What's going on there? Are we not paying attention like we should? Are we not engaged in this process? Because she had a very good chance of winning that Democratic nomination. Very good chance of winning that. She only lost by what, 5 or 6, 7 points at the most, I think. Uh, so, but answer those questions. We definitely strive for getting at least 50% of the people that are on. So please, we want to know your opinion about Jasmine Crockett's communication style. Communication style. What do you think about it right here in the city of Atlanta, in the metropolitan area, in the state of Georgia? What do you think about it? Because she has been here, visited the state several times. I was at one of the Georgia Legislative Black Caucuses function last year where she was a keynote speaker. And she did bring it. She dropped the mic, y'all. But let's see, it was a few other things that we have down. We have one more poll that we may be putting up also, but this is definitely the Let's Have a Conversation section, everyone, for you to talk, to give us your voice, your opinion about what you've heard today, about something you haven't heard today. The Survey of Consumer Finance report has come out. It comes out on a quarterly basis. It talks about the amount of wealth that's in America within our communities. So I may not have a chance to show that, but I will be showing that in one of the upcoming public policy talk shows. So looking forward to keeping you abreast of the data of where we are as far as assets, as far as wealth in America, and how that affects our community economically. So it stems from that report, the Survey of Consumer Finances. Also, a race that I was looking closely is in the state of North Carolina, Representative Carla Cunningham, which stood against the establishment, everyone, when it came to immigration. She voted the only Democrat to vote for holding the cities accountable when it comes to detaining persons that were arrested by ICE. She stood fast on the principles of the Black community. When I say the principles, she talks about the data and what derives from the data when it comes to the immigration that we see and how that negatively affects Black America. And there's a study. I've shown a study on the show early last year, about how illegal immigration affects the Black community. And there was a 20-year study, and they found that we lost 1 million jobs due to illegal immigration. Our average wage dropped $1,000 over that period of time also. So she was steadfast against what was going on as far as fighting against ICE, and I understand that's a touchy topic of what's going on in the community, but she was standing against the illegal immigration that was going on and how it was affecting the Black community. So the establishment, the Democratic establishment in the state of North Carolina, decided to go against her. She had been in office for well over a decade as a Democrat, but the Democrats pushed back against her, and she lost her race by, I think it was a 70%. Her opponent, who is a Black pastor in the Charlotte area, won by with 70% of the vote in that primary. So I watched that very closely. because it was turned on to me by a person I invited out to the Black Expo, Yvette Cardell. So, but it's definitely unfortunate that she lost her seat. Also, let's see. Who has a comment? And let's see, Raquel. That